Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. Many need shade, not light. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. No recipe for living suits all cases. Every form of addiction is bad. No matter whether the narcotic is it alcohol, morphine, or idealism. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Depression is like a woman in black. If she turns up, don't shove her away. Invite her in, offer her a seat, treat her like a guest, and listen to what she wants to say. The meeting of two personalities are like the contact between two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. If you are a gifted person, it doesn't mean you have something. It means you can give something away. Until you make the unconscious, consciousness will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving. Otherwise, you won't meet the one who's coming. You are what you do, not what you say you will do. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for help. People will do anything, no matter how absurd it is, to avoid facing their own souls. Don't rush to help those who haven't asked you to, because not everyone who is drowning needs a hand. Some want to drown. Everything that irritates us about how others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, and who looks inside awakes. We were born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. If the path before you are clear, you're probably on someone else's. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but being unable to communicate things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you were just doing research. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. In each of us, there is another with whom we don't know. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. Where your fear is, there is your task. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. He was afraid he needed dependence, as a weakened man needs support. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking, the one is the shadow of the other. Most people consider themselves very knowledgeable in psychology, for one simple reason. Psychology comes down to what they know about themselves. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. The least of things with meaning is light, worth more than the greatest of things without it. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions never overcome them. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the world happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Midlife is the time to let go of an over-dominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerous for us. And eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. Woe to those who live by example, there is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life? But yourself, so live your own life.